right, everyone. So yet again, gotta say thank you for helping the channel do pretty well over the past, week and a half, and numbers are still going up. So I'm glad to see my kind of entertainment is back in action. Now, I do plan on doing more Watcher and also Buzzfeed Unsolved related content. Don't worry. It's not. It's going to be fresh content. I mentioned in a post in the community tab, which you should definitely check that out because I do post in there semi-frequently to kind of gauge the audience response to new ideas for videos and things like that. And I made a poll a couple of days ago, and I think at the time of the recording of this video, over 90% of the votes, I think there was like close to 200 people that voted. I said, hey, you know what? With the Watcher content kind of being, the thing that revitalized the channel, what if I did more content, but instead of just focusing on the whole Watcher TV and the goodbye video and the update, it's like I'll go back and talk about, well, the Watcher videos that I really like, some of the puppet history stuff, and, maybe even compare Buzzfeed Unsolved, like true crimes and supernatural, to their Watcher counterparts being mystery and ghost files, mystery files and ghost files. And I would talk about why I prefer one over the other. Like I'll watch an episode of true crimes and watch an episode of mystery files, and then the same thing with supernatural and ghost files, and just say, well, hey, here's what I loved about one, what I didn't like about the other, and go from there. And also do some like top 5 or top 10 lists, like, hey, my top 10 unsolved true crimes, top 5 or top 10 supernatural things like that, and just kind of go over some highlights of some of my favorite Ryan and Shane content. So I think that would be pretty cool, because here's what I don't want my Watcher content to just be, which is completely negative. Now, a lot of people have said, hey, I stumbled across your channel because I got recommended on my YouTube about, hey, your take on Watcher. Yeah, your take on the Watcher situation was really good. I love how you've been covering this, for the past week. And that's great. I love that. I just love that, because I didn't think, the video I did at the beginning would lead to like a dozen other videos and just a number of new faces on the channel, which is cool. But I don't want to be just the negative Nancy, or the negative Ned, if you will, where all my Watcher related content is bashing the guys and stuff, because I do like the content. Not as much as the BuzzFeed stuff, but Watcher does have some gems in there. A number of people have said, hey, Stephen Lim, he got outed in terms of old tweets and comments that are, homophobic and things like that. And would you do a video covering that, why people hate him? See, as much as I know that video might do some numbers, I don't want to do it, because I just don't want to be a tabloid channel, if that makes sense. I don't want this channel to become just me jumping on the bandwagon of just mudslinging, if you will, where I just do nothing but like, hey, this pop star is in the news because they cheated on their spouse, or oh, this person said something controversial online, now they're getting dragged. I don't want this channel to become that. The reason I did the Watcher video in the first place is because I was a fan. I still am, but it's hard to look at these guys the same way. And from that one video, people love my input, so I honestly don't see the need to talk about Steven specifically, unless it's like big news in the next week or so. This just in, Stephen Lim has been kicked out of Watcher. Then I'll do a video about that. But I just want to kind of move forward and talk about things I love most about Ryan and Shane content, if that's okay with you. Because like I said, I know some people would love me to do a Steven video, but I honestly never really, I'm not going to sit up here and say I never liked the guy. I just never consumed his content all that much, even back at BuzzFeed. I think I may have watched a couple of episodes of Worth It, and I did watch 1 or 2 episodes of Dish Granted on Watcher. I think they were the ones where he cooked food for Shane and Ryan, respectively, in their own episodes. I just really love that nice touch, because these three do seem to be friends, and to actually see Steven like make the macaroni dish for Shane and Shane just loving it. I just love that moment, you know? So yeah, I honestly don't want to do a hate piece on Steven. You're like, well, what about the one you did on Sarah? Well, hey, that was different. She put up that post on Tumblr about the Watcher TV thing, and it felt relevant to what I was saying. So, yeah, all that rambling to say, I don't want to just do Watcher content that is bringing the platform down, because they did enough of a good job themselves with their announcement and retraction. So I'll leave it at that. Like I said, if enough people want me to do it, maybe, but I'm not really counting on doing that. There are more positive videos relating to the Ghoul Boys I want to do compared to just dwelling on the Watcher stuff, you know. So that's pretty much that. So yeah, I just gave you a quick rundown of some of the videos I will be doing. One of the videos I'm dreading doing, but it's going to be really difficult. Puppet history versus ruining history. I have rewatched so many of these episodes from both series. It's not even funny. I mean, what about Wojtek, the bear that was in the war? that darn bear was so cute. I mean, how am I going to, what was it, Wojtek or what? I forgot how to say it, but I know I love that episode. And then Johnny Appleseed is a classic. And I think the first episode was Ben Franklin like a sex cult. And then it's like, you look at the professor. See, it's kind of funny because the professor, I look at the professor like, you know, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The original professor is the dark-skinned Aunt Viv, and then the new professor we have now, which kind of looks like Grover, that's the light-skinned Aunt Viv. It's like, I know you have the same title, as the same name as the original, but it just doesn't feel right. So enough of my random wacky comparisons. So I hope you sit back and relax and enjoy the upcoming Watcher content that I hope to give you within the next week or so. I mentioned this I think in my thanks for supporting the channel video that my new house should be ready hopefully within the next week or so. So I will try to get a couple videos. Don't expect me to drop like 15 to 20 videos at once like I did over the weekend. Like I said, most of those videos I had pre-recorded. Some of them are almost a year old, but I finally got around to getting them up because the channel was active again. So yeah, I'm going to pre-record a lot of videos now, but I want to spread them out gradually. So yeah, you'll get some comparison videos over the next couple, if not few weeks. So look forward to that. And if you have any video ideas, let me know in the comments. Like, hey, could you, review this specific episode of a Watcher series or this specific episode of a Buzzfeed Unsolved series, and go from there. So like I said, going to try to keep it positive, but I will cover Watcher news if anything substantial happens, over the next week or two, especially with Watcher TV officially dropping sometime in May. So with that being said, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.